Hello, Facebook friends. I think we are live and are recording. So if you are seeing this, give me a thumbs up or say hello in the comments because I got like a weird message on the Zoom that I never saw before when I went to go live. So I have no idea what is new this time. Technology is always changing. So happy hump day. It's Wednesday. So I go live every Wednesday for a little rhythm radio, just some thoughts about how we can create better rhythms in our lives, in our health, in our bodies, and with our time, etc. And the topic that I was going to share about today came to me um, basically inspired by the Create a Brand New Rhythm for 2021 group that we have going on. So some of you are in it. We've got a 90-day program, and we've been working on all kinds of different things with our health, physically, emotionally, spiritually, our time, our energy, all of that kind of good stuff. And so this kind of came to me while participating in that program, because while I am facilitating that and creating that in collaboration with my pal Jeannie Blody, I'm also participating as doing all the challenges and the tasks. And this month the theme is nourish, and we're really focused on all kinds of ways we nourish ourselves with our support system, our time, etc., and also with the amount of greens that we're consuming. So this is not about greens, but one of the things that I thought about in terms of change, if there's something that you want to shift or change, particularly when it comes to health or time, we're always looking to either have more of something or less of something. So we might want more sleep or more energy, or might want less stress, less anxiety. You might want less weight. Might want more muscle. Whatever it is, it's kind of like a less or more equation a lot of the times. But the place to truly start for creating change is to measure, right? So measure what matters. That's really the first point of starting point. And so when we think about that, there are so many areas in our life, especially when it comes to health, where we either overestimate or underestimate our actions or behaviors. So, for example, most people overestimate the amount of water that they drink in a day. And until you actually measure that, it can be a little bit of a surprise that you might not be drinking enough water. Most people will overestimate how much exercise they get in a week or how much sleep they're getting each night. A lot of times we will overestimate how many veggies that we are consuming in a day, which is what I was doing as part of my greens challenge, was to just become aware, create that awareness of what my starting point is. Like, I never really measured them. I never really counted them. I prioritize health and I consider myself to be a healthy person with some very healthy habits, but I frankly have never actually counted the vegetables. And some days I've been really awesome and I'd have like 8 servings in a day, and other days maybe like 4, which is not enough. Yesterday I got to dinner time and I had only had 1 serving that day. A lot of times I'll have a green smoothie or a green juice earlier in the day. And so I at least get 1 or 2 from that. And I didn't even have that at that point of the day. And I had just 1 serving of vegetables with my lunch. And I was like, wow, that's low. And I was planning on a serving for dinner or 2, but still that's clocking in very low. So until I measured what mattered to me right now, which is increasing my veggies, and part of that, because I strongly encourage everyone in our group that we have running right now, but anyone in general, to set specific goals. So what we told the group is, do not say, I'm going to eat more veggies, because that is just not measurable and not, you won't know at the end of the month if you did that or not. really. So fortunately, I do take my lifelong vitality as a side note, which does have, I believe it's 12 servings of fruits and vegetables, equivalent of nutrition. But I am a believer that supplements are exactly that. They're to supplement what you're doing. So it should supplement the food that you're having. I'm getting so excited. I just moved the laptop. So anyway, measuring what matters, what gets measured can be changed or shifted or improved. But without measuring it first, you need to have a starting point. So there are a few ways you can do this. And this first really came into my awareness, I guess I would say, in my corporate career. About midway through my corporate career, I worked for a consulting company. And it was the first time in my life that I was billable by the hour. So I had to track all of my time. And that was like a big eye opener because again, I thought I was really productive, but until I had to actually track what I did every hour or even every 30 minutes, I found myself so many times from 1 to 2:30 p.m. Admin work. I got a lot of admin in there. I don't even know what that meant, but I found that time was just going out the window sometimes, and I needed to account for my time. So the years that I spent in consulting really gave me sort of a hyper awareness of time. And so I did over the years, and with many of my clients, I work on time tracking as a first initial place to start. If, for example, you are wanting to, let's say, spend more time on your hobbies, spend more quality time in relationship with the people that most important to you, spend more time reaching out and connecting with people. You want to spend more time on program development in your business or marketing your business. So whatever it is that you want to spend more time on, I always start with that time tracking. At least a week is ideal. And people will always tell me, oh, but this week was different than other weeks. It's although we do still feel like said last week, we feel like a little bit in Groundhog Day this past year. Every week's going to be different, right? So unless you're actually on vacation, unplugged for a week at the beach, hook me up. I want to be there too. But unless you are just completely in a very different scenario, or that's the week you're getting married or having a baby that week, yeah. I mean, every week's going to be different, and you sometimes actually tracking more than 1 week can help you even get a little different idea, because what you will start to see is patterns. So whether it's how much exercise you do, how much water you drink, just tracking. So time blocking is a great way to track if you want to shift how you spend your time. Habit trackers are great. I haven't been using this one. I'm not actually great with habit trackers, I will be honest. I don't know if you will be able to see this, but this is an example of a habit tracker where you just have the numbers for the day, for the days on the top. So it's just numbered 1 through 31. And then down the side, you can put habits if you're trying to track a habit, how often you do something. If you're looking at the frequency of something, a habit tracker can be helpful. And just to give it a shout out to this book, since I'm sharing it, this is the Artist of Life workbook by Lavender. And she's got some great content, and I love her book. But I don't use it for everything. I'm just using it. I'm just kind of playing around with it this year because I already have a planner, but I'm using it for a few things. But yeah, so habit tracking or time blocking are great ways. So what gets measured matters, and what gets measured is then something that can be changed, a new habit or a new routine, things like that. And if nothing else, it gives you awareness. So I know in our group, when we had everyone track their water, I think people were a little bit surprised that they thought they were drinking much more water than they really were. So once you get into an awareness of what your starting point is, then you can start to make changes and make shifts, and you can create more of or less than whatever it is that you want. So that's today's thought for the day, for today's Rhythm Radio: measure what matters. And I would love to hear from you. What is one thing that you are looking at shifting, changing, improving, and you could measure it? and that would give you a great jumping off point. I'd love to hear from you. So I'm going to continue measuring counting my veggie servings this month. And for that, I just can do I can do it a quick notes in my phone. I can you can do something super simple. You don't need a habit tracker to do that. You can do anything you want. Just a Post-it note will do. So again, measure what matters. That's the way to start creating lasting change. I'd love to hear from you what you're going to measure. And thanks for listening. As always, have a beautiful day.